Hey guys, it's Cassie. Today we're going to be talking about how to choose the perfect luxury bag for you, whether this is your first or your 15th. I think that a lot of these tips are great things to consider and really think about before making that decision, because the bags that we talk about here are expensive. Guys, if you're new here, my name is Cassie. I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're probably going to love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. Guys, are you ready? Let's go. So the first thing you need to consider is you need to pay attention to fabrics and how this works with your lifestyle, okay? So, for example, if we take something like this bag, this is a completely fabric bag. There is nothing on this that is coated. This is one of my most delicate bags. Why? There is no coating on this. If it rains, that's going straight through. All of this kind of like stitching, all of the neon piping and all of that is tiny, tiny threads wrapped around and round again. And then you have areas where like some of those threads, you know, are starting to do their own thing and break free. You know, I get it. I want to break free. Queen. You need to think about how this works with your lifestyle. If you need something more hard-wearing, don't look at a fabric bag. But you might want to look at something that's in the coated canvas. So like Louis Vuitton monogram coated canvas pieces are hard-wearing. I've said it and I'll say it again. You can run them over, they'll look exactly the same. Don't try that at home. Gucci also does coated canvas pieces and that kind of thing. Think about how it works with your life, okay? Think about the situations you might be in. Is this a bag that you're going to be taking to work and you're going to be taking on public transport and you don't know who might be like walking past and scratching, things like that. Keep it in mind. So really look at the durability of the fabrics. The other thing is if you're looking at a brand like Chanel where you have Caviar versus Lambskin, the Caviar is a lot more hard-wearing, scratch resistant. Look at me and my sharp, tacky ass nails scratching about, as opposed to something that is in classic soft lambskin. If you are somebody that does take a lot of care of their things and you know that you trust yourself to have a softer fabric and you love the look of the lambskin, then go for it. If you know that you can't be trusted, like me, go for Caviar, you know? The second thing that you want to think about is colours. Now this might be an obvious one, but this really depends on, once again, your lifestyle. If you're somebody that lives in blue denim jeans and you're looking for a crossbody bag, probably don't get it in white, you know? You don't want to have that dye rubbing off on it. But if you're somebody who, you might be like a white linen person from head to toe, then you're probably going to be okay with a white lambskin Chanel classic flap, you know? So think about your lifestyle and then think about whether or not you could do that colour. Maybe you want to go for a lighter bag and you have quite an extensive collection such that you can really chop and change and it doesn't really matter, so you can wear that bag when you don't wear jeans kind of thing. So it does also depend on the size of your collection. Area number 3 to consider. Speaking of collections, think about how this bag fits into your collection, okay? For example, if you're thinking about a fabulous black crossbody bag, but you already have 3 in your collection, maybe you want to think about it, okay? And I think that it can be really easy to fall into a slump of knowing what you like and really not challenging that and not moving away from it. So maybe you want to branch out into something different. On the contrary, there are some people who only want their collection to be one thing. So like people that have all pink bags and pink bags only, or people that have only black bags and only black bags only. That was many and only. But you get what I mean. So think about how this lives in your collection. Sometimes we need to challenge ourselves in those situations because it is very, very easy to fall into the trap of, I love her so much, she needs to be mine. Hand over the credit card details, get it, and then you're like, hold on a second. Topic number 4, hardware. Some people you need to figure out if you have a preference or not. Some people strongly have a preference. My preference is gold, but if I really like the bag and it was only available in silver hardware, I would consider it kind of thing. Some people don't want any kind of gold or silver hardware because there are some bags that have like a matte colour. Prada's been doing this recently. Chanel came out with some bags that also were like all monochrome, so the hardware was the same colour as the bag kind of thing, right? So you need to figure out if that bothers you. Or maybe you want something like the Chanel 19, which is like 3 different colours and, you know, off you go. Okay, so why do you need to find out your preference? And that is because some people are really conscious of the type of jewellery they wear, matching the bag or belt buckles, things like that. If you don't care, then that's absolutely fine too. You need to find out if that's something that bothers you and then make your decisions from there. There are some bags that come in both gold and silver hardware. So if you like a bag that has silver hardware but you have a preference for gold, see if it is available in the gold, because you don't want to just settle for something and then find out later that, oh, great, it was available in gold hardware, thank you so much, now I had to settle. You know, nobody loves settling. The fifth thing to consider, multi-use / wearability. This, again, depends on the size of your collection. If you have a huge collection, then honestly, you're at a point where you can buy whatever you want because you're going to chop and change and you don't need to worry about one thing being good for a number of uses. So this is really something to more consider if you have a smaller collection. You don't want to waste a lot of money on something that you're not going to wear very often. And this usually helps if the pieces are versatile, if you can wear it for both shopping out with the gals and to a fancy dinner, or you can wear it to work, but also on the weekend kind of thing, you know? So just think about, okay, what are the different occasions I can wear this for? Get that cost per wear down, get your money's worth. And it's not only style, sometimes it's also colour. You know, okay, I want a black bag because it's going to go with everything. Or I want a blue bag because my aesthetic is more blue, you know? I get it, I feel you. Okay, the sixth topic to consider are the straps. And this is something that I feel like you don't really think about. Even when you're in the shop and you try it on, it's not necessarily, it's something that you need to like live and use the bag a lot in order to like really see how you feel about it. But this is something to keep in the back of your mind. Going back to the Fendi baguette, this strap is nice and thick and comfortable, stays on, really no slippage kind of thing. Great if you're looking for a shoulder bag moment or a crossbody, you know? Then we have something like the Chanel 19, okay? It has a chain strap, but it does have this leather piece underneath for it to sit more comfortably on your shoulder and, you know, the chain doesn't start wearing into your flesh and causing much pain and discomfort. However, I'm not necessarily tall. The way that this sits on my body is more on the chain strap. So, you know, there's a little bit more of that erosion of the skin. And then if you want to look at something a bit more extreme, if we look at like a classic Chanel flap where that is just chain, no leather kind of strap underneath, if you're somebody that is going to have a big bag or you're going to fill it or it's going to be full of heavy stuff, keep that in mind. Another instance of this is the Never Full. That bag, you want to absolutely fill your entire life in it, okay? Everything goes into that bag. But those straps are skinny, and guess what? It hurts. The last area that I think is worth considering, which matters to some people more than others, is resale value. Personally, I don't buy my bags with a view to sell them. I don't necessarily care if they go up and down in value. But some people do, so keep that in mind. Don't go for a more seasonal piece if you think that you want to sell it at some point, or you're somebody that likes to change up their collection very often and sell and buy the stuff that you want more at the time, that kind of thing. You probably want to gravitate towards more classic pieces that are part of the permanent collections a little bit more, that kind of thing. So that is something that you might want to consider. Once again, my biggest thing is buy what you love. Even if it makes zero sense for your lifestyle, it's going to be eating into your shoulder, it's a colour that gets colour transfer and everything else. If you love it, at the end of the day, that is really all that matters, is that you wear that bag and you feel fabulous and you feel your best and it brings you glorious, glorious sparks of joy, you know? Guys, let me know what you thought of the video and the areas that I think that you should consider. I'm going to leave a link to another video here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye, guys.